Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Presley Mania. My name is Rhonda, and I'm so happy that you have tuned into my show today. I have got so much to tell you. I don't even really know where to start. There is so much news to give you about this information that I've been given. I want to thank, first of all, the person that threw me this little tidbit. You literally make Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys look like amateurs. Where you found this, how you found this, is beyond me. But thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing it with me so that I can share it with all of you. Um, what am I talking about, you might ask? Well, y'all remember about a month ago, I did a video about a live that Navarone had. And in that live, he was just going to town and spouting off stuff about his mom and Bridget Cruz and the trouble they were having, and how his mom was so unhappy with her, and that basically, they weren't associated anymore, and that Bridget had stolen from his mom, and that all of the stuff that Bridget had sold at auctions, Elvis stuff included, were fakes, all that. And he said his mom was probably going to file a suit. Well, he got right most of it. Well, I guess that depends on your point of view. He got right some of it. Let me go back and say that. But his mom isn't the one filing a suit. It's quite the opposite. The shoe's on the other foot. Priscilla is being sued. Who is suing her, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. Priscilla and Bridget Cruz formed a company, an LLC, back in January of 2023. The name of that corporation was Priscilla Presley Partners LLC. So at first glance, it almost looks like Priscilla is suing Priscilla. But no, you've got to remember who are the partners behind Priscilla Presley Partners. Well, let me tell you. Bridget Cruz owns 51% of this corporation. Priscilla is the other 49%. They're managing partners. Bridget, managing partner 51%, remember that, so she has controlling interest. And Priscilla has 49% of the company. Why in the world did they do this? Why did they form a corporation? Well, it's not the only one they formed. They have several that were all formed about the same time, and they're all for a purpose. What was that purpose, you ask? Let me tell you. Okay. First of all, I'm going to have to give you a little background so you'll understand why they decided to form this corporation. Okay. In approximately August of 2022, Priscilla approached Bridget Cruz and asked her to become her formal manager of her personal and her business affairs. Okay? So what this means is that Bridget was going to need somebody to help her, okay? Because this was a lot. This was a whole lot for her to do. So she brings on a guy by the name of Kevin Fialco, okay? So he is going to be part of this as well. Upon taking the role of her financial business manager, all around, whatever, they discovered that Priscilla's financial position was bleak. It was far worse than they expected. They had no idea. Priscilla was approximately 60 days from insolvency. I'll say that again. Priscilla Presley was 60 days from insolvency. Okay, y'all, I am pulling this straight from the court documents, And I'm going to go over all that with you here in a minute. Okay? Additionally, Priscilla was faced with nearly $700,000 in unpaid tax debt with no promise of future income. Without immediate compensation, Bridget Cruz and Kevin Fialco sprang into action to prevent Priscilla's financial ruin and public embarrassment. Though Priscilla had been a celebrity for decades, Priscilla's prior management, and who was that? Barry Siegel. Y'all remember that name? Had not extensively exploited Priscilla's own name, image, and likeness. So in September of 22, it was announced that Sofia Coppola would direct an adaptation of Priscilla's memoir, Elvis and Me. Because of the upcoming movie about Priscilla's life, the Priscilla movie, as she had not been doing in an increasing capacity over the past few years, Cruz and Fialco began arranging for engagements for Priscilla to allow her to dig herself out of impending financial ruin and the potential negative public ramifications of the same, and engaging professionals to keep creditors at bay. Okay, so what did they decide to do? Based upon the information that I've just given you, Priscilla was in trouble. She needed financial assistance in a big, big way. So they decided to form a company called Priscilla Presley Partners LLC. Okay, what is the purpose of it? Okay, stay tuned. In January of 2023, Priscilla's attorney, Lynn Walker Wright, drafted various agreements and created several companies to exploit various aspects of Priscilla's life and allow her to generate ongoing income for herself. Priscilla also appointed Cruz as a co-trustee of her trust and granted her general and health care powers of attorney. Okay, so y'all remember when the suit was filed against Riley after Lisa Marie passed, and Priscilla filed that suit. On the original documents, who was it that was listed as the power of attorney? It was Bridget Cruz. How did she get that, we wondered. Now we know, because Priscilla had appointed her as her attorney, in fact, given her power of attorney. That's how Bridget was able to do all that. Okay, so back to the formation of the company. So given Priscilla's celebrity, Attorney Wright, of her own accord and of her own insistence, conducted a confidential interview with Priscilla to ensure Priscilla understood the nature of the agreements she was entering and wanted to proceed with those agreements. Again, at Attorney Wright's insistence, this interview/meeting was videotaped. After she was apparently satisfied with Priscilla's understanding and agreement with the terms of the business structure, Attorney Wright authorized the parties to proceed with signing. Signing what? The documents of the Priscilla Presley Partners LLC. Okay? Among the many documents Attorney Wright drafted and relevant to the present action, Cruz and Priscilla entered into an agreement to form Priscilla Presley Partners on January 8th, 2023. January 8th, does that ring a bell to any of y'all? That's our guy's birthday. A copy of this agreement, and they call it the NIL agreement, which is name, image, and likeness. That's what that stands for. Is attached here too as Exhibit A, and I have it, and y'all can see all that. But what's important that you need to know is that unbeknownst to Cruz and Fialco at the time, PPP, Priscilla Presley Partners, was formed. Priscilla previously had sold all of her right, title, and interest in the name Presley to Authentic Brands Group. And as such, Priscilla Presley Partners' ability to exploit Priscilla's name, image, and likeness was ultimately limited to Priscilla's first name only. Okay, doesn't that explain a lot to y'all? Think about it. What was the name of the movie? It wasn't Priscilla, Elvis, and Me. She couldn't do that. It wasn't Priscilla Presley. No, it was Priscilla. Okay? What are all of these shows and things that she has been doing? They're like recollections of Priscilla. They're because she cannot legally go around as sell her name, image, and likeness as Priscilla Presley. She has to use the name Priscilla. So they formed this corporation to promote her and to be able to do all that. Okay? So what happened? So why did they decide to follow suit against her? Sounds like everything is rosy and happy in paradise, right? No. Okay. So just days after the parties formed, and I'm going to refer to it as PPP, so y'all all know what that is, Priscilla Presley Partners. January 12th, 2023 rolls around, and unfortunately, that is when we lost Lisa Marie. Though their relationship was complicated, it's what it says in here, though their relationship was complicated, it was talking about Priscilla and Lisa's, Lisa Marie's unexpected passing was devastating to Priscilla, as well as all of those in Priscilla and Lisa Marie's lives. Lisa Marie's death sent PPP's ability to exploit Priscilla's name, image, and likeness into a tailspin. Shortly after Lisa Marie's passing, in sorting through Lisa Marie's estate and affairs, a dispute arose that called into question a 2016 amendment to Lisa Marie's trust that replaced Priscilla as trustee with Lisa Marie's children. Enter Riley. As detailed in a well-publicized lawsuit, the trust dispute, Priscilla contested the validity of the amendment, and it appeared that Lisa Marie's signature had been forged. Well, we all know now what happened with all of that. And it says that over the next several months that Priscilla's life was consumed with the aftermath of Lisa Marie's death, including the trust dispute. Well, yes and no. Because we know she was still busy doing shows. She was putting out her cosmetic line. There were all kinds of things that she was doing. She was going here, she was going there. Why? Because obviously she needed the money and she had to continue. Hang on. I have read a lot. Okay. All right. So what happened is that basically Priscilla decides to renege on the contract that she had signed, and she did sign it, with Priscilla Presley Partners. The trust dispute settlement between Priscilla and Riley was made public on or about May 16th of 2023. After that, after the trust dispute settlement, PPP continued in the duties to exploit Priscilla's name, image, and likeness. And PPP, had spent a lot of money, it says significant capital, developing various products and other IP that are intended to be launched in conjunction with the Priscilla movie. So what Bridget is saying here is that movie, us being a part of that movie, was huge in promoting her and making money. Okay. Upon information and belief, in or around June of 2023, Cruz was approached by an individual named Kia Morgan, who professed to be a friend of Priscilla's. Morgan is well known due to his prior arrest and subsequent prosecution in a high-profile case involving the alleged elder abuse of Stan Lee, the creator of Marvel Comics. Morgan represented to Cruz that he wanted to assist PPP, Cruz, and Presley in exploiting Priscilla's name, image, and likeness, and had experience in doing so. Morgan requested that Cruz meet with an attorney, Michael Frock, that purportedly had experience in exploiting celebrity name, image, and likenesses, and supposedly would be a beneficial advocate for PPP. Though Cruz was suspicious of Morgan, she and Frock, a California attorney, spoke about potentially representing PPP and working to exploit Priscilla's name, image, and likeness. The parties spoke openly about PPP's rights, that's the corporation's rights, and revealed confidential information known to PPP for purposes of seeking legal advice. Okay, now we're getting to it. What transpired between Frock, Morgan, and Priscilla after that phone call is unclear. However, on August 24th of 2023, Cruz was served with a notice revoking her power of attorney over Priscilla, or for Priscilla. The next day, Frock sent Cruz a letter purportedly on behalf of Priscilla personally, alleging various misconduct, such as falsely alleging that Cruz had attempted to sell Priscilla's home and demanding that Cruz cease and desist immediately any and all activity on behalf of Miss Presley. And that's something that we will have to go into on the next show because that gets really, really deep involved. So this is the background on why Bridget has brought the suit. Again, I don't know if I said this earlier or not. The suit was filed in the Circuit Court of the 9th Judicial Circuit in and for Orange County, California on October 9th, 2023. Priscilla Presley Partners, LLC. Again, managing partner, Priscilla Presley, Bridget Cruz. Who holds the majority ownership? That would be Bridget. They're filing a suit against Priscilla Presley, also known as Priscilla Beaulieu individually. The complaint is that it says Plaintiff Priscilla Presley Partners, LLC, by and through its undersigned attorneys, hereby sues defendant Priscilla Presley, aka Priscilla Beaulieu, Priscilla, and states, this is an action for damages in excess of $50,000 and exclusive of attorney's fees, interest, and costs. Okay, there is a lot of stuff in here. This is the documentation that I printed off. This is the suit. And any of you can find it. You can find it if you go online and look for it. But further down in these documents, it looks like it may be more than 50,000. It could be over 100,000, according to information that I've read. I'm going to go into more detail on that in my next show. But it looks to me like Priscilla's in trouble. It looks like that she has got some major financial issues. There is so much to tell you about in these documents. I hope you guys will stay tuned and listen to what all is included in here. I didn't make any of it up. It's all right there. You can pull it and look it up yourself if you want to. But this is the latest thing. This is what's going on. Priscilla is being sued by a corporation that she's a part of, but she doesn't own controlling interest, okay? And it looks like that she's in trouble. So she has filed for a dismissal of this case based on the documents that I have and all of the documentation that has been provided. I don't see how that's going to happen because she signed every single one of those agreements. They were notarized. They're all part of the exhibit of this suit. And it's even stated in here by the judge that it looks like it's going to be a complex case. This is going to go on for a while. I hope y'all have enjoyed this segment. I hope you've learned something new, because this is all new to me, so I would assume it would be new to you guys as well. And be sure and tune in to my next several shows, because we're going to be going over all of this information. We're going to get into all of the ins and outs of what happened, why it happened, and all of this. So be sure and stay tuned. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, oh, I hope you will. Please hit that subscribe button, the like button, and if you hit the bell, it will notify you of every single time I upload a video, a short, or whatever. So share this with your friends, and I appreciate you all so much. And remember, you only have one life to live. Live it to the fullest. You never know what's around the corner. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. And I will be back with you next week to dish some more dirt. See you all soon. Bye, everyone.